Welcome back to another video with your one and only Trader Sam. Guys, I hope you've had a fantastic weekend and ready to blitz the market for next week because things are starting to look nice. They are starting to look a little bit more bullish for Bitcoin here. We are currently at resistance for the DXY, at support for the ES, and Bitcoin looks like it is trying to find a bottom here. We have been consolidating for a little bit of time here. We've been putting in higher lows, but I do think there will be one more small pullback here to take out some of these lows before getting a bounce higher. So do stick around to the very end. Guys, please remember, I'm not a financial advisor. Anything I say in this video is for educational purposes. And you know what time it is. Come on, let's start off next week with an absolute hype here. Let's smash this like button. Let's smash the subscribe button for the algorithm, guys. Let's do this together. Let's build this channel together. Thanks so much for tuning in. Guys, in the last update, we did speak about the possibility of Bitcoin coming all the way down to 26,252. Now, I do think it is a little less likely that we're going to go down there now because after initially having this liquidity grab to the upside, taking out this liquidity over here, all the stop losses sat beneath these two zones. We did actually make higher lows after that. I was expecting to get a further drop down, but we didn't see that, which is fine. But what I'm looking at now, guys, is if we move this around a little bit, we are still forming a harmonic pattern here. This is actually a Gartley pattern instead of a bat pattern, right? So this move here was just shy of the 618, but it doesn't always have to hit the exact point. It is a range, right? So the 0.59, it's close enough to the 618. And down here, we've come a little bit further than the 786. We've actually come to, the 0.8. How many of you have got that cheat sheet from the last update that we did? If you do check the cheat sheet, guys, this will show you that this is in fact a Gartley harmonic pattern. So for me, an invalidation that we are not going to go down further would be coming up, claiming this MPOC level at 27,107. So I'd want to see a significant rise above it and then back testing that level. That for me would be a clear invalidation of us potentially coming down to these further levels down here. What I will be looking for now is you can see that we do have a little bit of confluence here. When taking the low all the way up to this high at 27,107, the golden pocket region takes us to this new fresh NPOC level that we do have at 26,732. That is an untapped level. So what I'll be looking for is a drop into this confluence zone that we do have here, the MPOC and the golden pocket. And I'll be looking for a reaction there to get into a long position. Now, obviously, we do have this sloping trend line beneath. So what would be ideal would be touching that for the third time, because every time you do front run a zone like this, there is a possibility that later on you do come down to tap it. But yeah, basically looking for this golden pocket and MPOC level here at 26,732. Looking for the reaction there to get into longs, guys. If we do look at the ES here, you can see we have nicely come in and taken out this lower high here at 4,368. Now we are back testing that region where we do have this value area low as well. So if we do manage to stay within this range here, things are going to be looking quite nice for cryptos and the rest of the stock market as well. And also you can see here, guys, this is matching up nicely, right? Because we are currently at support for the ES and at resistance for the DXY, which is this local golden pocket region here. And we have been talking about this for quite some time. You know that we have been speaking about getting supported down here at this $105 region and then potentially coming up to make this right shoulder of this head and shoulders pattern. We have been talking about this for quite some time, guys, talking about how this is looking bearish for now, and we are expecting for this $105 level to be breached once again. Now, it was slightly breached here, but held as support, but we will be looking for it to be broken the next time, which should give us a mega pump for Bitcoin. Guys, we've been talking about this bearish reaction here since it touched this $107 region for the first time, and then on the retest, getting this rejection and then getting rejected once again. We were talking about this ages ago. So this has really been playing out nicely as expected. Also for the ES guys, we were talking about putting in this inverse head and shoulders here. You can see if we do go to lower time frames, you can see that we did have this sort of inverse head and shoulders pattern playing out. A little bit difficult to identify, but we had a shoulder here. You could say this is a head and a slight shoulder there. But anyway, this rounding formation, you can see the failed attempts of breaking lower and getting that pump to the upside, breaking above the last lower high here on lower time frames, and now coming back down to test it. We have been talking about this bottoming formation for quite some time here, guys. So definitely nice to see this playing out. Guys, if this is something that you are interested in a much deeper level, you know, looking at confluences here between the ES, the DXY, BTC, or maybe you're just a beginner learning to trade Bitcoin, I highly recommend that you check the link in the description to our Legends Discord community, where we provide daily setups, we provide entry levels, stop losses, take profit zones, everything you need to become a profitable trader. Also guys, if you're looking for the best exchanges to use, in my opinion, I highly recommend Mexi and Bybit. They both have very low fees, Mexi having the lowest out of all of the markets. And you can claim up to $20,000 worth in bonuses on Mexi right now, and up to $30,000 on Bybit. So check those links in the description now and take advantage of those while you can. So yeah guys, I'm currently not looking for shorts at this moment in time, just because we have come a fair way down and we are starting to consolidate here, right? We're making these higher lows as well on the lower time frames. I do think we'll get one more push down, but definitely not looking for shorts anymore. If you remember going back to my last update where I did say that we are likely to come up here and grab this liquidity, right? So price was somewhere down here, and I did say that we are likely to come up and grab this liquidity if you manage to get into that short position that I was speaking about, the failed attempt of these highs at 26,933. You can see here guys why you want to be taking profits very quickly, because if you don't, then price will come back up and you will eventually get stopped out, because we are still in an uptrend on higher time frames. So it is really important to be banking these profits very quickly on these short positions until we are in bearish market structure on higher time frames, guys. Very, very important. So I was preempting that we would come down all the way down here to 26,252, but that has not happened, and it doesn't look like it will happen, guys. My next level of interest is definitely this 26,732, where we can assess the situation there. And then of course, if we don't get a reaction here and price keeps going further, well, you know the levels that we have here, guys. We also have a potential SFP of the low here at 26,489, and then this MPOC down here lower, guys. So that's what I'm currently looking at, guys. I hope you all found value from this update, and I want you all to trade well. Remove those emotions, plan your trade, and trade your plan, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one. Ciao.